Hey everyone! Today's video is designed to help you get a better understanding of our Canvas course. So whether you are in person physically in the building with us or you are learning virtually from home, you know where to find all of the information and materials you need to be successful in this class. When you log into your WorldLit Canvas course, the first thing you're going to see is our home page, which will always have this week at a glance table represented for you to see what's coming up this week and also be able to click into each day and see more detailed directions and links and kind of like a step-by-step of what you need to do. For virtual learners, this is going to be your hub, kind of your go-to spot for directions on what to do every day, but it's not just for virtual learners. If you are physically with us in the building, this will also be a great resource for you to kind of get a sense of what's going on in class, what's coming up, and make sure that you know where to turn in your assignments and just do everything you need to do. If I've had you in class before, this look isn't really what you're used to from me. If you prefer a different way, like the way I used to do with the modules, you are welcome to access the modules from this button, and then I'll also probably put it on the left navigation too, if you would prefer that kind of layout. So I will click into these directions here in a minute, but I do want to just spend some time showing you what else is here on the home view. So obviously home takes you back to this page. The syllabus just houses the course syllabus, and I really do urge you to read that carefully, whether you are in person or virtual. It has a lot of really detailed, important information about the class and what I expect and how the grading works and policies and just everything you kind of need to know is in that syllabus. It's also part of the assignment for your parent letter and permission slip, so you'll be reading that with your mom and dad anyway. Next here is discussions. I will get to that in a few minutes. Grades are here as well. You can access your point value grades and more like anecdotal feedback on anything you do in Canvas here, but I've hidden the total grade in Canvas just because the way Canvas computes your grade doesn't match up with Skyward all the time. So with that being said, you can always find your most accurate total grade in Skyward. I also gave you access to Google Drive here in case you need to get at any of your documents or presentations or things like that. On the right side of your screen, you have a button here for the course calendar. I will try to update that as much as I can, but just be aware that it may not be the most reliable as opposed to this table. And the reason for that is because we have kids learning in person but also learning from home. We may also have students who are dealing with COVID themselves or caring for family members who have COVID. Our due dates might be a little bit fluid. So you can always rely on this homepage for up-to-date information and dates and due dates and things like that. And the course calendar, I'll do my best, but just kind of be flexible with me there. And then just also be aware that if you wanted to, you could create your own calendar layer. Actually, I think it already exists. You just have to use it to enter due dates and reminders and events and things like that. So that's kind of on your end. You also have a to-do list here, and when you first log into my class, this is going to populate with a big long list of stuff that I've input already. So my advice to you would be to just click the X for anything that you don't need right away, and the parent letter and permission slip is the only thing that you need this week. So far anyway. So just be aware that you can X out of some of these other, all of the discussions show up right away, but you don't need those right away. Okay, so that's pretty much all you need to see on the home screen. Let's go into the directions for Tuesday as an example. So this is pretty indicative of what a regular old day for virtual learning will look like. And again, if you are an in-person learner, you are more than welcome to use these pages as reference points as well. So it says, good morning and welcome to World Lit. If you are participating virtually this morning, you will not need to tune in live. You will work through the items below independently. If you have any questions as you're working, feel free to send me an email and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So although some teachers are requiring their students to attend live via Google Meet or Zoom or Canvas conferences on a daily basis, that won't be the case for me in World Lit. I might ask you to tune in once, maybe twice a week, depending on what's going on, but largely if you're learning individually, independently from home, you're going to be working on your own. You can always send me an email if you want, if you have questions, and then I also have an opportunity for you to pose questions later on your exit slip. So, the first thing they need to do is watch the video about who I am, and the next video is about what World Lit is all about. The course syllabus is linked. The parent letter and permission slip assignment is linked. And then lastly, this is kind of an important thing. If you are working from home virtually, and I'm not asking you to be live in a Google Meet that day, you need to fill out the virtual learning attendance form. I tried to keep this really brief because I just want it to kind of be a checkbox and a communication tool for me to take attendance and check in with you if you are learning from home. So it just asks the date, what class you're in, and if there's anything you need me to know. This can be a question that you have, or you need to let me know that something went wrong, or you need clarification on something. It's just, again, kind of a communication tool for you and for me virtually. In-person people, you don't need to do anything with this ever, unless you, for some reason, have to quarantine and switch to virtual learning from home. So that is what a typical day looks like. Again, when you go to the home page, each day will have a link like that where it comes to a page with directions and links and everything you kind of need for that day. I will be using this home page as a rolling agenda, and what I mean by that is for the next week, it will be placed above this week. So the most current information will always be at the top of the page, but you will still be able to go back and look at anything that we've done previously in the class below it. Okay, so the last thing I want to mention is that you will have to do discussions for this class, and they are housed in the discussions tab, but I will also link them in the daily information when they become available. So whatever discussion you need to work on for that week will be pinned at the top of the page. Since you don't have a discussion until the second week of school, nothing is pinned right now. But just know that you can always access these here, but they don't become available until the Friday that they open, and then they lock the next Monday by 3 p.m. So it's really time sensitive, these discussions, and they cannot be made up after the fact. So I just wanted to let you know that they're there, and they will populate in your to-do list when they become available to you. Again, if you are someone who's taken my class before, you can access the old layout and also just kind of get more of a scope and sequence kind of view of the class in the modules area, and I will put that over on the nav as well. But for the most part, this is kind of the format that we're going to stick to, so long as virtual learning and the blended physical and virtual scenario is going well. I think that about does it. If you have any questions for me about our tech environment, please let me know, and I will help you out.